Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today we are getting ready for New Year's Eve. And this look is going to be created using the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette. I wasn't gonna buy this thing until I did. And when I first saw it, I was just like, okay, I like the concept, I love the layout, but then when I started seeing looks and reviews coming through, I was inspired and I ordered it on the restock and I have it in my little hands. So we're just going to go ahead and get ready today, just like we were going to go out for New Year's Eve. I personally don't go out for New Year's Eve. It's just not my jam. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, but I still like to get glam, and that's what we're going to do today. I have my base and my brows on, and I will have all of the products that I use today listed down in the description box below in case you're curious. Definitely for a night out, I want to set my base products in place. Even though I have very normal skin, I do have natural oils that will come through. I'm kind of a sweaty person by nature, so I want to set everything in place and make sure that it stays there and preserve all the hard work we're about to do. And to do that, my ride or die 100% Holy Grail pressed powder is the number 7 Perfect Light pressed powder. This is the translucent. For setting my under eye, I really just like to go in with my ring finger, pick up a little powder on that finger, and then just press it into my under eyes. This is my new powder brush. Isn't she pretty? Got this at Target. It's a Sonia Kashuk brush. I believe it's called the large powder, yes. And this is the powder brush I've been looking for since the beginning of my journey in beauty. It's very soft. It's the exact shape that I look for in a powder brush. It's very rounded and it's just cut beautifully. Like there's nothing amiss with the shape of this brush, and it couldn't be softer. BTW, I almost died by way of my coffee this morning. Holy moly. I don't think I've ever had anything go down my windpipe like I did this morning. It was terrible. Like, it scared my daughter. She was like patting me on the back. I spit all over Jessica Braun on my iPad. I was watching one of her videos and my daughter, bless her heart, grabbed the iPad and wiped off the coffee immediately, but man, that was terrible. So as you can see, I'm really just pressing this into the skin, and that's how I like to do it. When I really need to set my makeup, I like to more press it into the skin versus swirl it or buff it or what have you. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with a new favorite. This was a recommendation from my girl Kelly from Glam with Kelly. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It in the shade Light, which I've never wore light anything in my life. Here it is right here. It looks warm when swatched, but it really doesn't come off super warm on the skin. And I have just been loving this. I think I've mentioned it in a few videos that not only is this the perfect bronzer to wear by itself, but it's absolutely the perfect bronzer for fixing or enhancing other bronzers. If you have like a matte bronzer that's a little patchy, this what I would call satin, not really glowy personally. But if you have another bronzer that's like patchy, you know, maybe because it's matte or whatever, it's not a great formula, what have you, this will fix it. I'm using this over a lot of my high-end bronzers. I had a couple bronzers, NARS Laguna and an Hourglass one in my Shop My Stash for December, and I still was reaching for this one. At one point I had to put it away because I wouldn't, you know, I wasn't going to use my Shop My Stash stuff otherwise. I've been struggling a little bit with deciding how, like, what order to do blush and highlight lately. I always do my bronzer first, but I think for today we're going to do highlighter first. And that highlighter is my Juvia's Place Tribe Highlighter Volume 3. Eesh. There it is. If you've been around on my channel for a little bit, you might remember that I am obsessed with this. Like, I have to say, this is probably one of my favorite products that I found this year, and it was totally by accident. I don't actually get into the store at Ulta very often because I don't drive due to medications that I have to take for my autoimmune disorder. But when I do go into Ulta, of course, like anybody else, I like to swatch everything. And it just happened to, you know, like my bestie needed to go to Ulta and we happened to be together. I needed to make a return, and hallelujah, I was looking at the Juvia's Place products, which I'm so happy they carry at my Ulta now. And I swatched this, and you know, the rest is history. I've talked about it enough, and you might just hear about it tomorrow or whenever it is that my Journey in Beauty Awards, wow, go live. One of my favorite blushes of all time is the Hourglass blush in Nude Exposure. It's beautiful, sort of a plummy, mauvey, luminous blush, and I'm obsessed. I absolutely will end up with the full size of this at one point, because, or at some point rather, because I love this. Like, I love this blush. I could wear this every day and never be sad about it. A lot of people say they have trouble getting it to show up, and you know, are surprised that it shows up on my skin tone, but it absolutely does. I think you have to go a little bit more heavy-handed with this blush than, you know, other blushes that are a little bit more pigmented. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. This is not, if I was actually going out, I'd be using something like maybe All Nighter or something that I actually believe holds on to my makeup a little bit better. But since I'm not, I just want to set down the powders on my face and sort of meld everything together. So I'm going to use the Badescu facial spray with Orange Blossom and Sage in my Cover FX bottle with the most magical mister there ever was. Skin is set, and now before we move on to eyes, I'm going to go ahead and use a finishing powder. This is not something I do every day, but I definitely do this on special occasions, if I'm having trouble blending anything, and when I just want to look flawless. So again, Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. I haven't even made a dent in this puppy. I just think I need to remember, because I've had this, I want to say I got this in 2018, and I haven't even come close to hitting pan or anything. My Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, I don't hesitate to use it as much as I want to because it's meant to be used, but for some reason this powder is a different story. So maybe I just need to keep it out on my vanity and, you know, just remind myself to use it a little bit more. All right, Rudolph, tone it down, tone it down. The eye primer I'm going to use today is the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer in the shade Nude. It's oil-free, fragrance-free, and paraben-free. And I've been loving this. This is another fantastic recommendation from my friend Kelly from Glam with Kelly. Now, because I'm going to go in with a really bold lip at the end of the video, I'm thinking I want to keep this look light, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be very dark. I kind of want it to be a little bit ethereal and also have the focus be on the lip, but I am dying also to dive into the glitter. So I do want a little bit of a transition. I want to keep the lid very light and simple and then go in with one of these fabulous glitters. So I think to start, I'm going to be mixing the Soothe and Aura mattes for my transition to start out. And for this look, I do want to wing it out a little bit because we are keeping it so simple. And just buffing this into the transition area, and then we'll probably go back in with the straight Soothe matte, the Camely Brown matte, to deepen it up just a smidge. But I'm more kind of like setting the primer up here and giving it a nice base to blend over. Now I'm going to go straight into the Soothe matte, same brush. I'm going to tap it off because, like I said, I want to build this up low and slow and have this just be a very light, basically just kind of building a base for whichever glitter I go into, which, to be honest, I have no idea which one it will be. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with going with the flow, creating as you go. Sometimes when I sit down to paint, which, to be honest, it's been a long time, I don't know what I'm gonna paint. And that's actually a lot of the fun of painting, is when you do just sit down and like decide off the cuff what you're going to paint. I mean, there's nothing wrong with sitting down with an idea in your head, and I frequently do, both with eyeshadow and painting, but you know, there's nothing wrong with just putting your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings into a painting and seeing where it goes. Just for a teeny tiny bit of depth, I'm going to go into the Ritual matte here. I keep having to look down because I do not know these shade names just yet, which is weird because I watched a lot of videos. But what I'm going to do is start this on the very outer corner and pull this down toward the upper lash line, almost creating like a wing. And then I'm going to just feather it in slightly, mostly just to make sure we don't have a harsh line. I frequently have the situation where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go light, you know, on my makeup today. I just want something really soft and no makeup, you know, that kind of thing. I don't seem to be capable of doing like no makeup anymore. I don't know why. And I'm not complaining, like I love doing my makeup. Sitting down each day to do my makeup is like, it's one of the highlights of my day. It's very therapeutic to me.
Full beat or nothing, baby.
I'm going to take the same brush, no additional product. I'm just going to run this on like the outer third of the lower lash line. I think now I'm going to go in with the Aura metallic right here and just place that on like the inner third to half of the lid. And I just want a little bit of a bright base for the glitter that we're going to place on top. And I'm not going in hard. Like, I don't even really want this to be super metallic. I'm just dipping in once with the old phalange and then kind of blending it. Blend it till you can't blend no more. The question is, the question of the day is which glitter to use. I'm kind of torn between the Soothe glitter and the Aura glitter. The Aura glitter is like multicolor, multifaceted glitter, and then the Soothe is kind of verging on gold, but it's a brighter gold. I don't want to go too warm, but actually I don't think that one is too warm. I think I am going to go with the Soothe glitter. The other question is to glitter glue or not to glitter glue, because I simply don't know. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the lower lash line with the Soothe matte. Actually, I think I'll pick up a titch of the Ritual shade as well, that dark brown. We're going to start on the outer corner and just smudge our way in. I also think we should probably do that inner corner highlight before we add the glitter, because I don't want to risk the chance of getting glitter into my eye. So I'm gonna go in with, I think I'll just go in with the Aura Metallic that we put on the lid. It's a beautiful brightening shade. I could absolutely see that being a favorite shade in this palette. And of course, I'm going to swoop it up to blend with the transition shade almost all the way up to the brow. So that's how we roll. That is so pretty. I'm just using this today is actually getting me more excited to do 7 looks with this. So now we're gonna go in with the Soothe Glitter. I don't know how I already have glitter all over me. Ah, glitter. Okay, so I think today we're gonna use it without the glitter glue just to see how she do, and then, you know, I'll try it with the glitter glue while I'm actually working on my 7 looks and like reviewing the palette. I'm gonna pick it up with my finger. Ooh, that's pretty. Actually looks like maybe it has a little bit of pink to it. I don't know. Start on the very inner corner of the eye, gradually fade it out. Holy moly, that's pretty. I definitely think I'll use glitter glue in the future because I can feel fallout. The other thing that remains to be seen is whether this will fall out on my face as the day wears on. All right, we're back. I still don't love this mascara, the Lash Paradise. I keep wanting to say Lash Princess. I definitely don't like that one either. I don't love it. So we'll see. You know, mascara is one of those things. Sometimes it gets better with usage, so I'm praying for that. I do think I need just a little bit more blush after assessing the situation. I'm going to go in with a little bit more dense brush here and pick up a good amount and really play up the apples of the cheeks, specifically the top of the apple. I'm first going to line my lips with my MAC lip liner in, oh my gosh, Whirl. Complete brain fart. This is like a My Lips But Better. I really don't have a perfect lip liner to pair with the lip I'm going to use, so I'm just going to line using a My Lips But Better shade. So let's talk lips. If I was going out, I'd want a very long-lasting formula, but something that's also comfortable, easy to reapply if needed. It's going to build on itself beautifully and not turn out like some sort of sphincter lips. So the lippy that I'm going to wear today, and I'm so excited because I love this lippy, it's the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon, and this is a beautiful berry plum shade called Accept a Dare. These are cool because they do come with a little sharpener on the end here in case you want a more precise application. I find that the bullet of this lipstick is small enough that it works with my fuller lips. So here's the final look. Always check your teeth and make sure you don't have lipstick there if you are sporting a bold lip. I love this one. This is why I went with the Ambient Lighting blush that's a little more cool tone, even though everything reads a little warm on my very warm skin tone. And that's it. Let me know down below if you're making any New Year's resolutions this year. I had meant to talk about that during the video, but I was caught up in the glitter. I don't generally make New Year's resolutions. I frequently will pick up a new hobby, but this year I'm going to just be making some goals and some focus for my channel, and that video will be coming soon. If you do go and imbibe in the New Year's Eve celebrations, please drink and travel and act responsibly, make good choices, and thank you so much for spending part of your day here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this look, and I look forward to bringing you more looks with the Tati Beauty palette in the future. And with all of that said, thank you to each and every one of you who watches my videos, and I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful New Year's Eve glam makeup days, and I will see you in my next video real soon. Happy New Year!